Logo, culture of caring. The words change to different fonts. The background changes to different fabrics. Narrated by Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. Text, what comes to mind when you think about care homes?
They seem very sterile to me and kind of sad.
I think that elderly people would feel more comfortable in a home environment, so I'm really big on home care.
My feelings are pretty mixed when it comes to that.
It's great for someone of that age because they are struggling with everyday tasks. It's very positive in that regard.
An older woman
The majority
in a
of
wheelchair
Canadians
smiles
have a
and talks
relative
to
or loved
someone.
one who will reside in a care home eventually. With this in mind, it's worth asking the question, how could better designed care homes improve elder care?
One of the problems with older care facilities is we're trying to make them into hospitals when they really aren't.
This is Dr. Diana Anderson. She's both an architect and a physician, or as she's come to be known,
They're docitect or archidoct.
to see how design can positively impact the lives of elderly people, one can look to Europe, where designers have long been focusing on who spaces are meant to serve.
I was an architecture student and I traveled overseas
Photos
to
of modern
Finland.
buildings.
Came across the Paimio Sanatorium, which is a tuberculosis sanatorium originally and is now a general hospital. It's a World Heritage Site designed by the architect Alvar Aalto. I was used to a lot of the Canadian hospitals that I grew up knowing. That queasy feeling when I walked in, the smells, the sounds. And when I walked into this sanatorium hospital, I actually felt pretty good and I felt uplifted and encouraged. At that time, there were no treatments for tuberculosis, so the building was really a form of treatment.
Using the designed spaces as part of treatment was totally revolutionary,
Photos
and
of
it
modular
changed how
buildings and a
designers
greenhouse.
approach their building.
Text,
One
Horstab
area
Nursing
where this
Home,
philosophy
Maggie's
has been
Centers,
especially resonant
Langley
is
Dementia
in dementia
Village.
care.
We know
Amelia
that the
Gillies,
things that are
support
beneficial
and
for
education
people living with
coordinator,
dementia are
Alzheimer's
things like
Society of
being
BC.
social, being active, engaging with other people, being a member of the community and having a purpose.
With this in mind, dementia villages were created where patients could keep their sense of autonomy while benefiting from around-the-clock care. These dementia villages have begun to be built around the world.
Instead of sort of having people in a nursing home setting, the village really opened up the idea of autonomy
Graphic of
and
village.
freedom of movement and permissive wandering.
And you need to feel like you are participating in your community, that you have a role within there, be it picking
Adrienne
up milk
Alford-Burt, the village
or
of
your
Langley.
shared household, which you can do in our general store, which we have set up specifically for that purpose.
So people could have their own little apartment, but then they could go outside to a main street and buy a cup of coffee, even get a beer at a local pub or get your hair done.
These days, a new generation of Canadian designers, architects, and practitioners are setting out to remodel how aging looks in our country.
Is there a way with aging, which is not a disease in my mind, can we integrate older adults into society the way other countries can do? Environment can be such an important component of sort of treatment and support.
She smiles. People draw designs. Logo, culture of caring. The words change to different fonts. Narrated by Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. Logo and text, north of now. Produced with the participation of TELUS Fund, with Logo. Text, Stories for Caregivers is an initiative produced by the Coup Company, with Logo. TELUS Fund takes no responsibility for the accuracy or validity of any claims or statements contained in the documents, content, goods or related graphics in this series. Further, TELUS Fund makes no representations about the suitability of any of the information contained in the documents, content, goods and related graphics of the series for any purpose. All such materials are provided without warranty of any kind. In no event shall TELUS Fund be liable for any damages whatsoever, including special, indirect or consequential damages, arising out of or in connection with the use or performance of information available from this series.